Right. Number 2 is make it a step-by-step system. Meaning in the content that you deliver, make it so that it's, A to Z, here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3, and take them through that process bit by bit. We've seen a lot of membership sites out there that, they quote unquote deliver incredible value in terms of that they just throw up a whole lot of content. There's just tons of stuff there, which is cool, but people get overwhelmed very easily. And so if they just go in there and they see hours and hours and hours of audio and video, but they don't know where to start and they don't know the process, now they have to think a little bit more. And, we have enough things in life to think about to have to piece it together into a system that works for us. So, especially in a situation where your membership site is you're training people, you're teaching them how to do a process, you're giving them information, as much as you can, make it a step-by-step process so you can avoid the overwhelm and give them a sequence that goes through it bit by bit. And this is something that we've concentrated a lot in the way that we've put the Academy together.
Yeah, I really hate it when I buy something and then I got to figure out what the steps are. I mean, I figure I paid good money not to have to figure your system out.
Yeah.
Right? Like I want to know exactly what do I do first? That's it. Then what's next? Yeah. I don't want to have to search the whole site and go, I wonder which thing I should do first. So yeah, definitely make it step by step.
Well, you get a paralysis of analysis and everything looks shiny then and you don't know which thing to focus on first. Now there's a number of things that we do to facilitate this. I mean, every segment that we post has action items. So they watch a video or they listen to an audio and then it's like, okay, here are the 1 or 2 or 3 action items that you should do now once you've done this. And, everything is broken down into weekly action guides that get sent out every week. And it's, okay, here's the amount of time for this week. Just take these few things, watch these few things, then do these things. And then you're done for this week. And then next week here, they get the next one. So integrating those types of things into your site, there's several ideas that you can use to make it a step-by-step system. And, again, we talked about attrition and the fact that some people will drop off after a while. They might be there for a month. They might be there for a year, but there's always going to be some point, an average lifetime of the membership that you have. And the biggest reason that you will lose people is that they just get overwhelmed. They just feel like it's building up. They don't know where to start. They're not getting through the materials well enough. And so it's just a hassle. And so they end up canceling their membership. It just feels like too much. So the more you can avoid that, the better.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the reasons, obviously, that happens is the lack of a clear path. So hope we drove this one home.
Yeah, imagine if a person is showing up to your site for the first time, are they immediately going to know, it's like, that's where I should start. Okay, I'm brand new. And it's like, okay, I know this is the first thing I should click. This is the first thing I should do. This is where I go first. You've given them the signpost. So try to look at your site with that kind of new, fresh approach. All right, number 3 is create procedures for everything. Create procedure lists for everything. Now, procedure lists, this is on the administration side of things. You as the content creator, the manager of the site, you're going to want to have procedures and systems for everything because launching a membership site is going to create a number of repetitive processes. Things like posting content and billing and customer service and recording the content. You've got outlining, recording, editing, posting the content. All these things that you'll be doing on a weekly or monthly basis to keep your site, vibrant and progressing forward. And these are perfect for streamlining them and automating them and outsourcing these types of things. So you want to make sure that as you're doing all these things, you create a very step-by-step procedure list so that you or anybody else, somebody on your staff or a virtual assistant can then take that task over and then on a weekly or monthly basis or whatever, take care of those things for you. So, just start putting those things together from the beginning or else it's going to get away from you very quickly. But if you do this, then it's going to become that kind of system, that kind of a business where you can work less but make more money. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, especially from a content perspective, is just create a schedule and stick to it. Make it easy for yourself. You'll know that every Monday, this is what you put together, or every Tuesday, you send this to a VA, or on the 15th of every month, this kind of billing gets done, or the bookkeeper does whatever, so just have a schedule and stick to it, and it'll make it a lot easier for you.
Yeah, this is really important as you have to have discipline as an entrepreneur. If you promise content to come out at a certain time, you better make good. That's like an very, very important thing. Like, for instance, I bought a product from a guy nearly 2 years ago, and he said he would send the physical product out once we were done with the coaching course, and he still hasn't sent it, even though I've personally talked to him, and he continues to promise it'll be next month. Now, here's the thing, like, I have no trust in this guy and would never buy anything from him again, and I would never, ever suggest to buy from him to anyone else. And, I think internet business is very much about trust. Once you painstakingly earn it, then it's really a shame to lose it. And people, I think this just has something to do with, as much as possible, you want to stick to what your word is, especially if it's just something you're choosing not to do. So just once you say it's going to be, then have it be then.
Yeah, that's a great point. As far as that consistency, it's both for trust and sanity. I mean, it just works out better for everyone. And when it comes to procedure lists, we've had some people ask about seeing our procedure list because we've been talking about them a lot and how we've put, how they've made everything so it works just so great in running our membership site. So we're definitely going to take a look at how we can make those available at some point, probably in the academy, maybe to the advanced membership that we'll be launching next year. So you can watch for something like that soon. All right, number 4 tip is to include a Rolodex. And what do we mean by a Rolodex? Well, this is kind of, the Rolodex is the old-fashioned contact system. I mean, I've never actually personally used a literal Rolodex in my life, one of those things where you roll through and it's just got a bunch of cards with everybody's phone numbers in alphabetical order or whatever. But the idea here is it's a list of all your contacts or tools or recommended resources, all the vendors. I mean, you as an expert, as whatever you do, you've built up this stuff. I mean, much of it you might even take for granted now, just little things, little pieces of software, services, or a vendor or a freelancer that you use on a regular basis that has done good work or worked out really well. And for other people, this is a really big deal to have that kind of information just readily available, because it's a big pain to have to go out, and when you need a new tool for doing whatever in your business, you just want a quick recommendation. Who can I trust? Where should I go? And so giving that kind of information to people is incredibly valuable. Now, especially when it's on the web, on a membership site like this, in the form of links. I mean, people absolutely love links. They love something they can click. They love to have a recommendation of here. It's like, hey, click here, check these guys out. I use these guys for this. Highly recommend it. Give it a look now. People love that kind of thing.
Yeah, this idea is so interesting and important. I have a friend that's making an entire business out of links to cool and useful sites, and nearly all the big internet guys have agreed to joint venture with him because they understand how important these links to resources are.
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again, whether it's on a site, whether it's in a product, whether it's in a live presentation at a conference. People just go nuts for the part of the course or the person who's speaking or whatever, where it's like, they gave them a dozen links to go and check out, a dozen recommended tools that just do nifty things and make their life easier or make things more fun for them. And, so after seeing that again and again, we're like, okay, it's very obvious that there needs to be a focus here. Now, just people love to have those resources. They love getting things they can go and get. It's like that bit of accomplishment when you're telling them, here's 2 things you absolutely should check out. So immediately they get to click on it and go check it out and benefit from that. And so there's a lot of value in that kind of an experience. So, the basic idea here of a Rolodex is not new. I mean, information marketers have been doing this for several years, whether it's throwing a sheet of paper in a product there, here's your $1 million Rolodex, and it's a list of all their recommended resources, or whether it's just a list of links on a page. But with the Academy, we took that to the next level, and this is something we recommend you do as well. For the Web 2.0 era, we made it a multimedia type experience. There's videos and audio. There's tutorials in there. It's not just here's tool X that we use every day to do this. It's we highly recommend tool X, and here's a 5-minute video to show you exactly how we use it or how we recommend that you implement it in your own business. And so it's taking that whole idea to a new level, and the response to that kind of thing has been really good. So number 4 would be not just to include a Rolodex, but to include a multimedia Rolodex type experience.
Yeah, I'm not sure why no one had thought to do videos and tutorials on exactly how they use the resources before, but I love going through the resources that we use and showing exactly how we use them. I mean, that's one of the parts I really enjoy.
And we've started seeing people now copy this idea of doing the multimedia Rolodex.
And in fact, create businesses doing it.
Yeah, great. So there you go. You're getting it right here on Internet Business Mastery. Take that idea, copy it. It works, and it works incredibly well. All right. Tip number 5 is to seed your site, your membership site, with some key customers. So when it came time to launch the Academy, it was actually as we were getting closer, suddenly it occurred to us, we're like, well,